What's going on there, guys? We back with another one. We got to talk about Michael Parsons and yes, Jerry Jones again on today. Is Jerry Jones went on Fox News and disrespected Michael Parsons and went on Michael Irvin's podcast. Now, Michael Irvin has made it perfectly clear that he wants Michael Parsons paid. We have to have some type of deal done. Jerry Jones claims there was a handshake agreement and what he had offered Michael was substantial, but we can only speculate because we have not seen a real contract in person. His agent, Michael Parsons, that is, David Mulligetta, he wants to get his client the best deal. He represents a great deal of superstars in the NFL, so he's going to make sure his client gets what he wants and what he deserves ultimately. And Jerry Jones is like, look, he's under contract. We can franchise him. We can work this out moving forward. My issue with Jerry Jones is he came out and made that statement. Even if I pay him, there's no guarantee he'll be available. So it's like he wants Michael Parsons to either come out here and devalue himself more, potentially get hurt or something like that. And, the contract can then start to work into his favor. He wants the market, I guess, while he has him under contract to lessen or potentially lessen in the next few years and play this thing out before he pays him. Mike is like, look, I don't want to take any chances going into a contract year to give you any leverage. I have the leverage now as an athlete. Pay me. And that's the way you should handle it. So we're in an impasse right now. Let's look at what he had to say.
How close are you to getting a deal with him?
Mike is a great player, not a good player, but a great player. He knows more than anyone that it's a team thing. And so I know everybody's tired of hearing this, but you've got to put this puzzle together so that you can have some other people out there playing with Michael. That's the art of the deal, and that's why we're trying to get done. And we're trying to make this thing work. But we have all the appreciation in the world for what he can mean to the years ahead. We're proud to have him.
The world would know that I want Micah if they knew what I had offered him, and he knew what, and he knows what I offered him. So the world would know that I want Micah to play on the team and that I respect him for what he can bring to the team. And now, as it turns out, in this particular case, you say, well, what happens? Well, what happens is that we have a contract, and there's this year remaining under the contract. And then in the NFL, I get at our volition to extend that contract another year. We'll pay him like a franchise and another one after that. So we really got 3 years to work this thing out. And it's a basic contract that's there to go. And I did that with Dak, and we couldn't agree. So Dak played his last year of his contract, and then we franchised him. And so it's exactly what happened with Dak. And we moved forward. And of course, ultimately, we got a contract, made Dak the highest paid player in the NFL. So the president is handling it like Dak. But in this particular case, then Micah comes in and plays this year under his contract. If it doesn't, it's very costly for everybody, just a little similar to what happened when we didn't sign Emmett and we didn't do well our first 2 games. He was an integral part of what we were doing. But at that particular time, we got that worked out and went on to win a Super Bowl, as you recall.
So, man, here we are 2 weeks before the season, and this is the state of the relationship between Michael Parsons and Jerry Jones. I understand why Cowboys fans, that I know have been texting my phone like, look, I'm done with this dude. They're upset with Jerry Jones, and a lot of it is him coming to speak about these things audibly on podcasts all over, you know, television, and basically painting Michael Parsons as a selfish player that's trying to hog all the salary cap to himself so that they can't build a team, around him. And that's a crazy thing for him to go in there and say. Uh, you have to. Michael Parsons is one of those guys. You have to make it worth his while because honestly, you risk him walking away later. That's going to be a bigger mistake. Everybody's expecting him to be there to play. the first game of the year and all that. But you have to think about it. Michael Parsons is not going to be trying to get injured out there where you can get a discount for him, or the market can lessen for him. So man, we headed for a nasty situation down there in Dallas, and I think this is all on Jerry Jones. A handshake agreement, trying to go behind an agent's back is a big no-no, and he's trying to deflect from the fact that he did that. That was you that went behind the agent's back to try to negotiate with the player. Des Bryant told him what he said. He said, "Could you think you could guard me on the field, Jerry?" Jerry was like, "No," and he was like, "Well, what makes you think I can negotiate a contract with you?" Basically, what Dez was saying when he said that was, "How do you expect me to walk into your arena? What I do is down there. I have representation that takes care of all of this stuff in fine print for me. Yes, they go over it with me, but people that I've hired that have my best interests at heart are here to negotiate with a shrewd businessman. That's why you have agents. Otherwise, athletes would be getting took all the time. Everything would be incentive based. Everything will be based off of performance, games played, Pro Bowls, Super Bowls, conference championships. All of your money would be tied into that. That's why you have representation, because you're so busy perfecting your craft that you have to, uh, or you don't have the time to go through the fine print, read it, comprehend it, understand it, and correspond within a good amount of time, in a way that's conducive for your financial goals or your financial literacy, whatever you want to say. I have issues with the way Jerry Jones continues to talk about Micah Parsons, though. And I think that needs to stop. 2 weeks away from the season, no progress is made, and you paint him as this selfish guy who wants to hog all the salary cap to himself. So I don't know, man. This may be irreparable damage. It may get to a place where, okay, I'm gonna play this year out, but regardless, I'm just not coming back to Dallas. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to do that, Jerry. I think that's wild that you are in these type of negotiations with him and it's public. If it was all happening behind the scenes, we can only speculate. But we see you out here moving messy. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.